Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of FaB. I am Joe Mayo with my channel Mean Mr. Mayo, and I'm here with my co-host Matthew Street of the Matthew Street channel. Hello, Matt.
Hey, Joe. Great to see you. Great to be here, everybody.
And today, all day, we're doing this particular show here at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
All day, a beautiful day. I was wearing my Jaws shirt right up until the show started, and I was going to wear my Jaws shirt doing the show. And then I thought, I guess I'll find the Beatles thing to put on. And then I was surprised to see Matt with it's so beautiful with that yellow submarine touch up there,
yeah. One of those novelty Beatles / Jaws mashups.
Yeah, very nice.
That would have been funny if you did come on with your
it would have been total coincidence. Well, we're talking today about the tracks and ranking them for the Yellow Submarine album. We're talking about the original Yellow Submarine album that was released in January of 1969.
Right.
And the reason that I'm saying that is because this album, is always considered, when just about every fan tries to rank their Beatle albums, this is always the poor soul of an album that always winds up getting put the bottom choice by most people. Almost
exactly.
All people.
Yeah.
Right. Because there's 7 tracks that are instrumentals, and there's only a few new songs by the Beatles. Some of them are repeats. But Matt and I are both fond of, and I believe you have it handy.
Yes, I do, my friend.
There it is, the 1999 Beatles Yellow Submarine song track. I have mine here as well. And this, I love this. What do you think of this one? This is the one I like.
Absolutely. I mean, this is my go-to. This is the one. The remix is better overall. You're getting all the songs that were included, even snippets in the movie are all on this. They're all remixed. They just sound beautiful here. And folks, I can't recommend this enough. If you can get this version, the yellow vinyl version of the Yellow Submarine song track, I would highly recommend it. It is out there. It's still available. Hunt for it. It's kind of cool to have the yellow.
Yes, and I do agree with you. The mixing is phenomenal. Songs like Hey Bulldog were really fixed with the vocals up front. Eleanor Rigby, I like what they did to Eleanor Rigby. Fixed that up a little bit. Well, I'm trying to think here. The only thing is, originally I thought it might be a better idea to rank the songs here until we had a conversation, and Matt and I and some a couple of other fans, and we thought, well, you're getting songs repeated too much. Like you'll be getting songs like Love You Too, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Sergeant Pepper, With a Little Help from My Friends,
right?
When I'm 64, Nowhere Man, yada, yada, yada. So it's not really fair in a way, I guess.
Yeah. I think, I like sticking to this one here. I think it'll be kind of fun to play around with these instrumental tracks a little bit and discuss them.
And
I don't know if it's ever been done before, Joe. I had one of my viewers, when I sent out the promo this morning, said, I don't think anyone's ever ranked the Yellow Submarine album, including the instrumentals. Maybe this is a first.
I don't know about that. And here's a first. In preparation for this, ready for this, folks? The big Beatles fan that I am, this is the first time I've ever played all the instrumentals in my life. I have never heard the instrumental side of Yellow Submarine. As a matter of fact, I could not find a CD. I have vinyl, but I couldn't find a CD. I must have a CD somewhere.
So what did you do?
Original one. Well, I wound up borrowing one from my record store, actually.
Oh, cool.
But then again, ultimately, the second time I played it, I just used the phone. And it's strange. I really enjoy the instrumentals that are on, like A Hard Day's Night, the United Artists soundtrack. I love those instrumentals on that.
Right.
And I even like the soundtrack music, the instrumental stuff off Help, a lot. So I will listen to those. I listen to those, but I don't listen to this. And
I never understood. Maybe someone can explain it. Well, this was kind of the way this is the way it was released everywhere across the world. But it's funny, on the UK Hard Day's Night and Help, the Beatles put, the song film music on one side, and on the other side, they put some other stuff. And this was the third movie, and they didn't do the same thing. I'm wondering, I don't know why.
I believe originally they were thinking of going with an EP, a 7-inch
Yes,
EP,
I did read that. Yeah.
and then they went ahead for the idea of putting this George Martin score. George Martin did the
Yeah.
orchestrations on this.
No.
So yeah, it's nice to have, and I'm a movie fan, and that's why I
Yeah.
like
Well,
soundtracks.
you're
But
getting the instrumental music, and sure. And like you said, I will say that I have listened to the instrumental stuff before, not a lot, but over the years, and there are two of them, my top two, which you'll see that the top two that I rank. Those two I do listen to on a fairly regular basis if I listen to this album. The others I really don't.
yeah, okay, and I say after listening to this, I'll tell you, people, I'm not going to listen to the instrumentals again. I mean, I'm not even a big watcher of the cartoon.
Right.
Sacrilege. I mean, I like the live action Beatles better.
Yeah.
Although I have fun with Yellow Submarine, the animated film. I saw it in the theater when they brought it back. So I mean, yeah, sure, but you know, uh, uh, this didn't do anything to
I,
make me want to listen to them much more often.
Yeah, I gotta say, growing up with the film as a little boy when in the late '60s, and then, like you said, seeing it when it was re-released, I did show it to my kids. I haven't shown it to my grandkids yet; they're not quite old enough. But I don't know. We'll have to have this discussion another day about has this film held up as well as it should have the last 53 years or so, because I showed it to a bunch of kids a few years ago that were not my relatives. I just sat down with them and said, "Hey, I got a cool movie we can all watch." I figured kids, they'd never seen it before, they would like it. And I got to tell you, Joe, it sank like a lead balloon.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, I did a video about it.
Yeah, I remember.
You've been around with me. We've been friends for 4 years. That was probably close to 4 years ago. But a lot of the viewers out there don't know I did that video. But I was so bummed out.
How old were these kids?
They ranged in age from about 5, 6 up to 12.
Oh, yeah, the older ones maybe not, but I think most, dare I say, 5-year-olds might still. A cartoon is with music and the goodies versus the baddies. I think it would work for most kids.
Yeah, maybe I just had a bad group.
I don't know.
A bunch of ornery kids. I don't know.
Try
boy,
it again.
I remember being bummed out. I was like, oh man.
I
thought they were gonna love this.
Yeah. Wow, that's sad. But here we are, and we're going to now rank 13 tracks.
Yes.
And should I tell you this in advance, folks, or should we, just as we go along, you'll figure it out? All right. I won't tell you in advance. You'll figure it out. So I'm going to start with you for the first track, Matt. What do you have bringing up the rear of 13 track instrumentals and the proper Beatles songs?
Yeah, well, it's got to be All You Need Is Love. That song stinks. No, I'm just kidding, folks. All right, no. My number 13 is Pepperland Laid Waste. And it starts out slow. It's kind of boring. It picks up a bit as the song goes along, but it's not one I enjoy much. And I've listened to it several times over the years, and it ends very noisy, like the the stomper monster who's stomping. And the music kind of ends like that with the bang, 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 bang. But it's really not that musical or melodic to me. And Pepperland Laid Waste. El Stinko, number 13.
Okay. I've said many times that I don't know if Matt appreciates this or not, but that we seem to be a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times we're kind of dead on or a couple of songs off. So the first song that I put on, I listened to these about twice in preparation. I knew some. I mean, some of them I'm more familiar with, and by the way, I love them in the cartoon. It works great in the cartoon.
Absolutely.
But yeah. So to go back, I did put Pepperland Laid Waste as my least favorite on the album.
And can I interject for a minute, Joe? This is the one album I remember when I was doing this, I said, if Joe and I, it's like the lottery picking the same numbers. It'll never happen. I'm sure that we'll pick everything the same on a Beatles or solo album. But I remember in my mind doing this, saying, if we're going to get damn close on one, it's probably going to be this Yellow Submarine album.
Let's find out.
Let's see.
My feeling on Pepperland Laid Waste, the idea is in the animated film. This is when it accentuates the business of Pepperland is destroyed, or all the joy has been out of it, and it works that's what it's supposed to do, and it works great in the movie. I mean, but as a track track just to listen to for fun or
Exactly.
enjoyment.
I'm
I
so
don't know.
happy you mentioned that. Yeah.
It's grim sounding and
Mhm.
hopeless, and you know, hey, I like I could listen to soundtracks for Halloween,
Yeah,
Halloween
yeah,
or Friday the 13th, and like the grim sounding. But who can ever understand it being inconsistent at times, depending what we're
yeah.
discussing? But yeah, I didn't get much into that track.
Exactly. It's a yeah, but I like what you said. You really brought up a great point. In the context of the film, these instrumentals are all pretty cool. They fit in the imagery. Great point, Joe. Because on their own, some of them forget it.
All right, what do we have here? Let's see if we have
Well, what do they think here?
Sea of
We have
Monsters,
monsters. Okay. Okay.
uh, March of the Meanies. I dare say many of these may be interchangeable. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
especially the Sea. There are three tracks: Sea of this, Sea of that, and to
Yes.
me, those are pretty interchangeable, give or take a few interesting
Good
different
point. Good
sounds,
point.
here or there.
Mm-hmm.
So I will start off this one with number 12. I'm going to try to rotate. If I have notes, see if I
Yeah.
can remember to rotate to who does starts which. I put for number 12. I put Sea of
Uh-oh.
Holes. Sea of
Okay, I'm not
Holes.
going to say anything yet.
Uh, Same kind of thing. It's fine in the movie. It's got a haunting and mysterious kind of vibe.
Mm,
Good. It's good in the film. There's a harp that's played backwards
yeah.
in it, and yeah, if I'm going to play a track, it wouldn't be Sea of Holes, and that's my short answer for that. How about you for number
I
12?
I laugh, Joe, because we're matching, baby. We're matching so far. Number 12, Sea of Holes.
That's great.
It's okay. It's like Pepperland Laid Raised. It's somewhat intense, but it's a little boring for me. It's okay in the context of the film, as you mentioned, but it's a bore fest for me. I just can't get into Sea of Holes.
Yeah, there you
12.
go. There you go. Number 12.
We're
Right
we're
now,
we're matching. We're lining up
so
so
far
far.
we're we're in sync. All right, and of course we haven't discussed this. We never discussed these.
Absolutely. I haven't talked to you in a while.
This is just the way it's coming out. All right.
Yeah.
So Matt, I'm going to have you start number 11. What do you have for
Okay.
seven? For
Let's see
number
if we can
11?
keep this train rolling here.
7. I said 7. 7-11. I must have.
Oh, 7
Number
11.
11.
I like 7-Eleven. Number 11, I went with the Sea of Monsters.
Ah,
In the film, it's very good. It's kind of spooky. It's got a laid back, some intensity to it. But in the film, it's great. But standalone, not so much. Kind of sleepy, kind of lazy, kind of boring. Again, to use that word again. But yeah, Sea of Monsters, slightly better than the 12 and 13, but it's my coming up at number 11.
all right. Number 11 for you is Sea of Monsters. Number 11 for me is Sea of Monsters.
Yeah.
Impossible. How could it be? But it is.
It's,
It is.
I'm
Honestly, I
telling you,
have
I got a feeling here. I'm feeling good.
three, 3 for 3. Same thing, really. Not much I can add. There's a sucking up sound. Like there's a scene in the movie where this big monster with like a horn for a nose or something like sucks up the yellow
Yeah, he's like
submarine.
the suction monster there.
Suction
Yeah,
monster and
whatever
sucks
he
up the
is.
actual screen.
Yeah,
Eventually, he grabs the corner of the screen, and every screen gets sucked out, and there's nothing. That's was accomplished by playing some backwards music to get the sound, like a sucking sound. Sometimes, from what I
yeah.
understand,
Right, right,
um,
right.
it's interesting. Not something I really want to listen to. So, Sea of Monsters at number 11 for
Yeah,
both of us.
cool, cool.
3 for 3 so
What are
far.
people? Oh, what are some people saying about this stuff?
Number 12, we had
Pretty lame. Jazzy Jimmy, pretty lame. Pepperland Laid Waste.
okay, pretty lame for Sea of
Sea of
Time.
Time. Sea of Time.
Uh,
Okay.
there's a
Oliver.
saying that my girlfriend has. What is it? 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, this is number 12. Pepperland Laid Waste. A bit
Diego. Yeah,
boring.
bit boring.
Then 11, March of the Meanies.
I just put this one a bit higher because I can really picture it in the film. Oh yeah, when you hear that,
Oliver says instrumentals in the film. Keep it that way. Generally, as a rule, I don't agree with that personally, but
yeah,
I welcome your opinion, Oliver. I like
Yeah,
instrumentals.
yeah. Just so many of you know, Joe and I do not dislike instrumentals.
Yeah, no.
I enjoy most of these in the certainly in the context of the film. I mean, nothing against them.
Sea of Holes. Yeah, I mean, with instrumentals, I mean, I play a lot of soundtrack albums. I mean, the Omega Man, Charlton Heston film from
That's a yeah.
'71 is one of my
You've said that's a good one, right? Yeah.
favorite soundtrack for me. You either love it or you hate it. And as I say, I love Help.
I want to get the Planet of the Apes one too. I don't.
Oh yeah,
have
that too.
one yet.
I'll listen to the. Is it what is it? Ken Thorne? What's the name of who did Help? I want to say Ken Thorne. I hope I got the name right. But anyway, the Help instrumentals. I say I love listening to the Capital US album to get those instrumentals.
Yeah, they are fun.
So yeah, side 2.
This album, Snorefest, Hudson, Snorefest.
Oliver actually likes some of the instrumentals.
I do too, Oliver. Oliver, my top 2, the 2 top ones for me, I really enjoy.
I play tons and tons of soundtrack. Ken Thorne. Thank you. Got it. Yellow Submarine and Pepperland, Matthew Smith.
A little low for me.
Okay. So there we go.
Oh,
and
man.
We got 3 done. Correct.
Yes, with 13, 12, 11, we're up to 10.
Number 10. I'm going to start number 10.
Sure.
Why not keep the C's going? I got Sea of Time.
Ooh.
At number 10. The Sea of Time. I'm trying to gauge your reactions here. I think the most interesting thing at the beginning, you hear an Indian instrument, tambura.
Yes.
I love the beginning of that. It sounds like
it's like an Indian raga theme.
Yeah, and I really do love that. And then later the mood changes. It lifts to a more happy and wondrous kind of feeling.
Yeah, like a childlike theme to it almost.
Yeah, I think I like. Obviously, I like that one the best of the ones we've talked about. Sea of Time. Yeah. So I put Sea of Time at number 10. Hey. What do you have,
well,
Matt?
Let's keep it rolling, my friend. Let's keep it rolling. Sea of Time is my number 10. I am not kidding. It is here. And it's right in the middle of the instrumentals for me, folks. Right in the middle. And like Joe said, it's got that cool Indian-like raga theme to it, very imaginative. The parts to it are very interesting. And then, as Joe said, it goes into some very cool, childlike themes or feelings. It's very, I don't know, it just has a cool little vibe to it. Sea of Time, number 10. Nothing more to say about it. It's a cute little song.
Okay. Because we don't have as many people here as usual, maybe because the album itself.
I think they saw, oh geez, it's 7.
And also it's 5 hours difference. It's it's some people from England, for example, can't make it here.
It's midnight there, yeah.
So let's go here. We have Oliver has Sea of Monsters at number 10. Sea of Holes at number 11. For Matthew Smith.
I don't know if too many people have matched us yet, huh?
Sea of Time, Indian flavor. Yeah, I like that Indian flavor. Yes, indeed. Okay, that's why I enjoy instrumentals. That is why I like the U.S. versions of Help and A Hard Day's Night better than the UK's. Yeah, I never thought I'd say that when I was younger, but that's where my head's at now. I like that. We will do the U.S. defense show.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Not too distant future, very kind of near future. Let's see what we got here.
That's what Joe alluded to in the beginning, Jimmy. Yeah, some of them on their own, not so much, but in the context of the film, they fit right in.
All right, so let's go on to the 9th pick, number 9. Okay, and we'll start with you. What do you have for number 9?
I'm getting nervous as we get to these last 3.
I'm really going to win if we get these next. Well, who says we're all going to have instrumentals?
That's true. Okay. All right. My number 9 is March of the Meanies. This reminds me, in a way, Joe had his on early, and I have mine on here. It kind of reminds me of, parts of it remind me of the Jaws theme, if you really listen to it. Give it a listen, folks. Tell me I'm crazy, but March of the Meanies, there's parts in it with the just listen to it. It kind of reminds me. You wonder if John Williams, did he do the Jaws music for the film? You wonder if he was influenced a little by this. But anyway, reminds me of the Jaws theme at first. It gets very intense, kind of a scary, spooky melody. it's like, who's coming. It's the bad guys. Look out. It almost says, it's like it could be a theme of a really intense horror movie. It's pretty cool in my estimation. And it even has some little moments in it where it reminds me of the Darth Vader march in Star Wars. I don't know. Like I said, yeah. I mean, listen to it, folks. March of the Meanies, and see if you hear a little bit of Jaws in there and a little bit of Star Wars Darth Vader march in there.
I didn't pick up on Jaws, which is one of my all-time favorite films.
It's very brief. It's very brief, but you get those cellos and just see.
I'll give that another. Yeah. Maybe that one I'll give another comparison to listen to. And
that's my number 9. That's
interesting about the Star Wars reference, though. I'm not a Star Wars guy, but I've seen all the films, and Empire Strikes Back is probably my favorite. And I think I can feel that sense of what you're talking about. All right, so that was your number 9 was.
That was my 9, buddy. Yeah.
March of the Meanies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
You gotta be kidding. We're so
March of the Meanies. I have number 9. This is impossible, but I love it.
Amazing. This is amazing.
We match all these. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches in a row.
5 matches in a row, folks.
March of the Meanies. I love that sound. It's a marimba rhythm.
Okay, yeah,
and
cool.
I like that. That signifies the coming or the presence of the nasty blue meanies.
Right.
And I love that theme. I'm trying to think. There's a term in movie scoring that they call that. I say theme, but there's another word I'm looking for. The cue or something like it goes with those characters.
Right.
And so I think that's really cool, and that's why, mostly because of that.
Yeah, I don't know what the word is. Where you hear a particular music, it automatically identifies a certain character.
Yeah, there's a name for it.
I can't think of it. Maybe one of the viewers can.
I'll say theme.
Throw it out there for us.
But I like it enough that I put it that high as far as the instrumentals go.
Yeah. It's got cool parts to it.
Yep. So March of the Meanies. It's cool and it works good in the movie too as well. Let's see now. I'll go backwards up here. See, when I do this, I have to scroll back up. That's the thing.
That's fine.
For the time. Pepperland, nice enough opening track for the instrumental side.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that. Thanks, Matthew.
You said this. I put this up there already.
Yeah.
All together now. At number 9.
It. Oliver likes it. That's cool.
Hello to Greg, by the way. I see you there, Greg Man.
Greg Man.
Okay, Phil is in agreement.
Phil, we agree.
Oliver likes Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm in the middle on Star Wars.
Sea of Time, Jazzy Jimmy says number 9, the Blue Maharishis. Okay, let's go to number 8 then. And I got a good feel. I think that
I got a feeling.
I got a good feeling.
At least on the instrumentals, I have a feeling. Wait a minute. We don't know they're all instrumentals. That's why I gotta keep my mouth shut.
I'm kind of tipping my hand. That's what I was kind of saying at the beginning. Should I tell you that I'm getting all the instrumentals out of the way? All right, number 8. I went with Yellow Submarine in Pepperland. Okay. Not to be confused with Pepperland. This is Yellow Submarine in Pepperland.
In Pepperland, yep.
Yeah, it's a joyous, triumphant little ditty. It plays like a separate instrumental version of the old Yellow Submarine song. I mean, different ways of hearing da 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 da.
Right.
It's a little gentle one. I can't do it. My voice is a little hoarse today.
Yeah. You get that little, yeah.
So that's cute. That's cute. It's like I say, it's like a Yellow Submarine song, instrumental version. So that's why that went number 8 for me. And I'm wondering, are we on the money?
Yes, we are. We are on the money, friend. Number 8, Yellow Submarine in Pepperland for Matthew Street too. Oh man, Joe, we're doing great so far.
And I may interrupt for a minute because the thing is, it's not as like you would think. Oh, well, that's a big deal. So you guys all agree. This is amazing because even like the 3 C, Sea of Holes, Sea of Monsters, Sea of Time,
they're all interchangeable, pretty much.
They're interchangeable.
Yeah. And yet we matched. That's pretty cool.
Go ahead, Matt.
Oh man, no. I was just going to say you hit so many great words on this one. Yellow Submarine and Pepperland is just. It's the melody from the song made joyous. It's just so much fun. It's so uplifting. It's exciting. But then, like you said, it's all bombastic and fun, and you want to march and jump up and down. But then you get that little reflective and soft passage
Yeah.
of the melody.
Yeah.
It is so cool. It's so very nice. Such a great orchestral passage. I love it. Number 8 for me.
All right. So we did 8. This is incredible to me. It just really is. Let's go. I love it. Number 8, Matthew Smith, March
Let's
of
see.
the Meanies. Number
See the
8.
Jaws vibe, but also a bit of Fantasia. Oh, that's different.
Tim Burton or superhero movie theme also. Number 8, we have Pepperland.
Pepperland for Oliver. Okay.
Not to be confused with Yellow Submarine in Pepperland.
In Pepperland, yeah. Sea of Time. Love the drone. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's Pepperland. Steve. Hey, Steve.
Yellow Submarine and Pepperland.
Another match from Douglas. Hey, Douglas.
I'll join in once you reach the top 4. Let me tell you, CJ, I honestly wouldn't have minded doing that.
EP
I really
rankings,
thought half of me thought we should really just do the new songs. And how
Yeah.
many new songs are there? Are there 4? Right.
I think there was 4. There was supposed to be 4 brand new songs.
Yes.
But
I mean, but you know, how could we could have done that? Just the Yellow Submarine
Yeah.
songs, you know.
So honestly, CJ, half of this is just for the fun and the kinship to kind of have some laughs too.
Because I don't think it's really fair a lot of times putting songs that have been repeated, like All You Need Is Love and Yellow Submarine in there.
Yes, yes. Exactly.
But all right, so let me just look at my list here. So now we're up to number 7.
We are up to 7.
Number 7, Matt. I'm going to start with you for number 7. What do you got?
All right. Okay, here we go. Pepperland is my number 7. It's the one that kicks off side 2. It just builds and builds and builds. It's such a wonderful melody. I've always loved this in the film. And this one and Yellow Submarine and Pepperland are the only 2 that are standalone listens for me outside of the film. I love those 2. I love those 2 tracks. I think George Martin, some of his best instrumental work is on those 2 tracks. I listen to this one the most, though, out of the 7 instrumentals. Pepperland is the one I've listened to the most over my life. It just brings me back to a very youthful, innocent time in my life of really, when I heard this song, it just brings me right back to a moment that just always makes me smile, makes me happy. So, I got to give kudos to this track, Pepperland. It is my absolute favorite. I love it. 7.
Okay. I concur. Number 7.
I had a feeling we were going to match on the instrumentals.
I put all the instrumentals at the end, which I genuinely like the Beatles songs better. But the opening intro to the movie, it's pretty, it's uplifting. I think a way to describe it, I describe it like kind of like painting almost like a Garden of Eden at the beginning. Everything's all right with the world. Everything's perfect in this. Everybody loves each other. The music is what they live for. It's a beautiful place to be. And I wrote down here, only track worth replaying. But no, I definitely think it's far and away, in my opinion, the best of the instrumental orchestrations by George Martin here. And that settles that. We're done with the instrumentals, and we matched. Exactly, and that's fantastic.
First time we've matched on the side of an album.
Yeah, right. All right, I'm going to see what we got here. Yellow Submarine and Pepperland, number 7.
Oh, so Oliver just reversed those 2. Okay.
Sea of Monsters, suitable for fairy tale music from Matthew Smith.
Ballet score.
Or ballet score, perhaps.
Yeah.
Jeff Kendall. Hello, Jeff. Always
Jeff.
Enjoyed Pepperland.
Yeah, it's a great little track.
Definitely. Beatles' weakest album. Half of it is classical instrumental songs by George Martin. But, luckily, of course, I'm defending them when they don't need defending. It's not really an album. Like they went in to do a whole album.
Yeah,
Studio, that's why. But it is the weakest, definitely. Get Mono Masters for the Yellow Submarine Mono EP. Okay.
Jimmy lines up
7.
with us. Love this one. Yeah.
Pepperland. I love George, musical genius, George Martin. Yes, indeed. Best of the instrumentals for Jazzy. Jimmy says Pepperland. He agrees with us.
Yeah, he puts on a playlist. That's pretty impressive.
David Robinson stirs up memories when he hears Pepperland seeing the film for the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it brings me right back.
That is really, and that's a great way to go into the movie. I think Yellow Submarine better than Let It Be. Yeah, not to me.
Well, we'll see if it's better than Get Back, though.
But
Woodland.
Well, I don't agree with that. Psycho's Platter says about McCartney 3, which is another would have made a great EP. No, not for this man. I like it better long. Is what I was trying to say. All right, what else we got here? I want to make sure
CJ Pepperland Suite. Oh, and the In My Life is all you need.
Interesting. Well, there you go. Now we've covered all the orchestrations. The question is, how are we going to feel about these? We have 6 songs remaining.
Yep.
And I got a little out of sequence here backwards, but it's okay. I'm going to start with you, Matt. Out of the Beatles songs now, the vocals that are on this album, side 1.
Yep.
What do you have for bringing up the end for number 6?
Right. Bringing up number 6 for me is All Together Now. Cute little ditty. It's fabulous if you play it for kids, like the song Yellow Submarine. That's a kid's song. They all love it. And kids tend to gravitate towards All Together Now, too. It's a very cute little song, counting. You got the alphabet in it. It's really fun in the film, when you see it in the context of the film. And but on its own, it's always been just slightly bland to me. Enjoyable, but not a go-to song for me. I listen to it on occasion, but I find myself skipping it sometimes. So I put it at number 6.
Okay, my friend, and still we're together in sync because I have All Together Now at number 6, the least of these songs for me. Now, when it comes to discussions of what is your least favorite Beatles song or the worst Beatles song, I can't call All Together Now like a terrible song or anything. It's a little ditty, simple, childish song. I think it's one of the Beatles' least, but it works so well in the movie. I may sound like a cop out. I don't mind slamming a Beatles song. I love listening to all of them, but many times when people ask me what's my least favorite Beatles song, you always go, Revolution 9, Dig It, Maggie May, like any slow, Her Majesty, like these. Why Don't We Do It in the Road, Wild Honey Pie.
Right.
If you take those little snippets out, those little tiny little pieces of music that are not really full songs or anything, and you take out the tape loops of Revolution 9, All Together Now might be my least favorite Beatles song. I don't know.
Right.
It's really hard to say. I got like 3 contenders for that position. It works wonderfully in the movie. It's a highlight of the movie, I think, in a way. But I don't want to just hear that. I can't stand it if it comes on the Beatles channel or something. It's just I don't know.
It's just
no.
It's a skipper for me. Absolutely.
All right, so there we go for that one.
I just want to say, let's see what the people said. Then
you want to say something first?
No, I was just going to say I'm getting nervous about picks number 4 and 5. I think we may start to deviate on the next couple. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Yeah. I'm hopeful. I'm cautiously optimistic, but we'll see.
Don't be nervous. You're going to get yourself all Norton. Honeymoon.
So what are they?
Yellow Submarine, the song for Oliver. Okay. All Together Now. Fun little kid song, Matthew Smith says. But not a song he ever seeks out. I agree. Northern Song.
Hey, Sam.
Only a Northern Song. All Together Now. Easy song to play on guitar. If I was doing a top 6, same here. All Together Now.
Right.
Number 6. All Together Now. Very cheesy. Day Tripper. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Douglas Gilbert, All Together Now.
Wow, we got a lot of matches here.
Here's the one, Only a Northern Song. Feel bad saying this, but a little weird for my taste, but I still absolutely love it.
Diego, he still loves it. That's cool.
Okay. Just going down for comments I might be able to use. CJ, I would never purposely put on All Together Now just to put on that one song. Probably his least favorite too. It's hard to say with the Beatles.
Yeah,
everything's enjoyable at some point. Okay, There we go. Number 6 altogether now.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do number 5. This was tough for me, and sometimes I can
Yeah.
change this as we're doing the show,
Right. Right.
because
Yeah. I think
I
this is
don't
where we're
know.
going to deviate. We're
I'm
going to
pausing
deviate
here
here,
because
I think.
I'm pausing to think what if I want to flip these two. I don't know.
Oh, no.
All right, I'm going to go with the title song "Yellow Submarine," and I really don't know if I really feel that way, because that's why I say I might flip from the one after I'm going to do, because it's a fatigue factor. I don't bash the song "Yellow Submarine." I think it was perfect for Ringo. I think it's a Beatles classic. Now, there's a kid's song like "All Together Now" that I just love. I think it's a riot. I
Hmm.
I love it. Not as juvenile. I don't think as juvenile as "All Together Now."
Right. Right.
But it's just number 5. And I don't know if it's fair either to say this. Besides fatigue, the fact that was already done on Revolver. You know, are
Hmm.
we? That's another thing. I sometimes I wonder: are you ranking songs themselves, or in the scenario that you're in? You
Okay.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm kind of putting different factors together. But this particular ranking for today, I'll put Yellow Submarine at number 5.
Okay. I'm right with you, my friend. We're still matching. Yellow
Oh my
Submarine is my
goodness!
5. I didn't want to give too much away, but
I saw a smile. I saw a
yeah, because
smile.
I thought for sure this is where we might, and we could still deviate, but anyway, no, I have Yellow Submarine. It was a clear number 5 for me, and you mentioned a lot of great stuff that I was thinking as well. Comes from a Revolver, but I still think it sounds fresh here on this album. In the context of being part
Oh
of the
right,
film, it's the
yeah,
theme of the film. It's cool. This is the movie was based on this song, but it's a little too overplayed for me. Any age can love it and sing it, kids to adults to older folks. It's a classic, I agree, but I'm just kind of burned out on hearing it, and especially on the Beatles channel. When it comes on the Beatles channel, I'm just like,
Oh man,
skip,
let's take
goodbye.
a moment for that. I don't have the Beatles channel anymore because I get it and I cancel it. I get it, I cancel it.
I'm
But
like you, yeah,
I got it
same
for
thing.
free because of the Memorial Day weekend, and it
Hmm.
was a horror every time I put it on because they were doing a
Oh,
horror saying Beatles
we could
was.
do a whole show on that. Oh
Yeah,
my
we
God,
shall.
the same 100 songs for
They
4 days in a row.
the same 100 voted Beatles songs regurgitated for the 3 days.
Ugh.
Come on, really.
And it was the 100 songs was every song you would think the average schmo would pick to be in the 100 list. It was
But
like, I know people are going to think we're being sacrilegious here when we say
no,
this,
you
but
have to be honest.
I
Come
could
on.
not. I mean, I'm with you. Again, not to get off on a tangent here, but I was so PO'd this when I would hit the button, see what was on. Oh, there's Peter Asher talking about number 72 again. Okay.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
I'll see you later. I'm out of here. So,
Although I did
yeah.
learn, I got to say, I did learn a couple of things that I don't think I knew about him being there when I Want to Hold Your Hand,
Yeah.
when they performed it for him. And
Well, yeah,
was
nothing
written.
against Peter. He does have a good
Yeah.
show on there. He calls it "From Us to You" or "From Me to You" or something like that. And he does have great stories. I got to give Peter that.
One thing I just want before we go on, I wanted to say about Yellow Submarine. The song is, for the longest time when I was younger, I didn't. It almost doesn't seem like Yellow Submarine should have been done in '66. It almost seems like that should have been made specifically for the cartoon.
Right, a
You
68
know,
song. Yeah.
you have to remind yourself that was done in '66. That wasn't.
Well, especially in my case, being I was only 7 in 1968. I think I heard Yellow Submarine on Yellow Submarine before I was in middle school and got Revolver and heard it there. So for me, I always associate that song with the movie and the film. I mean, and the album. I don't associate it so much with Revolver, although I mean now obviously I
Yeah,
know it's
yeah.
but
Because I like it better with Yellow Submarine anyway.
mhm.
All righty. Here's some comments. Hudson says, "I hate
I hate
Altogether
it.
Now."
Oh, he
Ted
hates it.
Last. Uh, Altogether Now was repurposed on my local station to increase inclusion and friendship among the different races of kids.
Okay. Well, it's a
Uh,
cute song for that, for unity, I guess.
okay. To increase the inclusion of the race of the different races. Yep, I was slow on the take there. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I wasn't really reading it properly. I'm looking at multiple comments and seeing what's next. Yellow Submarine for number 5. Ditto my thoughts on Altogether Now, though it's a somewhat better song. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we said that at the top of the
Yeah.
show.
Oh, yeah. We agree with you, Lionheart.
Yeah, that's our go-to.
Mhm.
The
We
song
love
track.
it. We love it.
Yep. Number 4, Yellow Submarine. 5, Sarah is only a Northern Song. Yellow Submarine. I knew this song before I knew the
Wow,
Beatles.
that's pretty
Interesting.
cool. That's the yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Robert S. Good to see you here. Been missing
Robert.
you lately.
Hey, Robert.
Let's see. Hey Bulldog is one of the best songs on this album, in my opinion.
We
Okay.
shall see, Munson.
We shall see.
Monsoon.
Only Northern Song. It needs to go somewhere a little noisy for Only a Northern Song. Like so much stuff here. Oh, we got this
It needs
again
to go
for.
somewhere a little noisy.
Sorry, I'm reading like Yellow Submarine is the worst Beatles song. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Even worse than Revolution 9?
You never know. All right. So now we're down to 4. Okay.
Wow. Top 4.
I'm thinking here at this moment is where we're going to deviate. Let's find out.
Oh, we might.
Let's find out.
Yeah,
We're going to start with Matthew for
I'm
this.
nervous.
Matthew is going to start with number
Okay.
4.
Get right into it. No messing around here. All right. I put Only a Northern Song at number 4. I'm not keen on the lyrics on this song. I never have been. It's really not about. I wish it was about something more. I think if George had put more into the lyrics, it might have been a better contender for Sgt. Pepper album. Wasn't it supposed to?
Yes.
It was being worked on during those sessions.
George Martin, I think nixed it.
Yeah, I just think if the song maybe I know the album wasn't going to, their first was going to be about how they grew up, Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields, and that all changed. I get it. But I think if George had made this more about, I don't know, something about his background or something like Paul did with Penny Lane and John did with Strawberry Fields, if maybe George had a little better lyrics on it, because I love the music on it. I think the music is fine. It's very spacey and dreamlike and trance-inducing, if you will. I love it. I love the music. I just think the lyrics are a little weak, and better lyrics, maybe it would have been a better contender for the Pepper album. Number 4.
Okay, after we've agreed on, I think, 9 songs.
Yes, we agreed on 9 in a row. Yep.
Now our first disagreement. Just finally. To show you, it would have been so cool if we got them all the same.
I know. Can you imagine?
But all right, I have a lot to say about this now. Okay, we talked about what are our least favorite Beatles songs or what may be our worst Beatles songs. For a long time, I used to say my very least or worst, if you like, Beatles song was "It's All Too Much."
Now
4. I have it at number 4. It's changed for me.
Yeah.
I don't have it at number 5 or 6. It's not at number 1 or 2 or 3, but at number 4 I have It's All Too Much.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to look up. I know who they're saying at the beginning. It's not To Your Mother at the beginning. It's somebody. I forget what it was. I was going to look that up.
Yeah,
sorry, folks.
I didn't either. I apologize.
Because I know that it's a person's name. Somebody will tell us what it is. I just don't recall. Yeah. But anyway, this is a weird story. I don't want to be too long-winded, but I think it's
go for it.
So on the one hand, this has gone up for me, and originally when I had it here, I placed it at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
But it fell down to number 4, and I'll tell you how that happened. This morning, I was out taking a ride to the flea market, and I had on, early in the morning, I had on a Beatles channel around here, Sunday morning show, Breakfast with the Beatles.
Oh, yeah.
And they just happened to play It's All Too Much from the beginning. And I already had my mind made up it was going to be number 3, because I was growing to like it a little bit. Then, when I heard the whole song, by the end, I was like, this is all too much. When they go, I love the beginning.
Too much.
Oh, it is too much. I was like, all right, enough. So I said, no. I do not love this song. I'm not crazy about this song, it's going to go to 4 when I do the show. So that's how I
Yeah.
felt about it. I love the stinging sound at the beginning of it. I love the I guess it's an organ or something, or what
Yeah, it
I'm
sounds like a
guessing,
Hammond B3 or something. I don't know what
that
it
you
is.
hear at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I love the whole bit about the main melody. When I look into your eyes, like
Hmm.
your love is there for me. I love all that part, and it's all too much. But then it starts. It gets awkward. It varies. It goes all over the place. It's not. It's the construction's not very good. And then at
Hmm.
the end, it just malingers, like I said, with too much, and it is. I can't wait till it's over by the end of it.
Yeah, right.
So
Right.
it's number 4 for me. Be thankful it wasn't number 13 or number 6 or number 5. It's growing a little bit. And also a factor that I talk about a lot when we do these shows is that it's not played out. It's not overdone, this song.
Right. Right.
It's still fresh when I hear
Hmm.
it
Yeah,
all the time.
I
And I
agree.
also give points to songs that feel like you could say the Beatles were cool. They didn't just do She Loves You, Yeah, 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 and Love Me Do. They
Hmm.
did weird stuff like this. So there you
Very
go,
true.
folks.
Yeah.
I have
Good points.
It's All Too Much at number 4. All right, let's go up
All
here a
right.
little bit more.
What does the peanut gallery think?
I'm going up, up, up. Only Northern Song. I
I
Adore It.
don't.
Just listen to 3 above it.
Like I said,
Okay.
I love the music to it. The lyrics, a little weak.
Okay, Sarah. Oh, good. Somebody tells me I'm not completely crazy.
No,
No. All Together Now. Number 4.
yeah, it is a happy, inducing song.
Um, yeah, this is important. Harrison wrote Only a Northern Song out of dissatisfaction with his status
Right.
as a
I get
junior
it. Yeah.
songwriter. Yeah. That's it's good that it's a commentary on that. Context, guys. Let's see where we go in here. Hammond organ was overdubbed after the
Oh,
recording
okay.
of the
Of the
song.
song. Yeah, him and it does
And
sound like a him.
Wes is It's All Too Much is his number
Number
1.
one. He loves it. That's cool,
Boo,
Wes.
Joe, boo. uh, Nathan
Yeah.
makes a point here.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it's the most overlooked song in their
I
catalog.
agree.
What's
It
All Too
is. It
Much?
is overlooked. It's a classic.
Okay. Yellow Submarine. It belongs on Revolver. Great song by Paul and sung by Ringo. Don't press that button. Don't push the button. Why did you push the button? Only a Northern Song. Agree, Matt. There you go.
Thanks, Steve.
Uh, and Day Trip is booing me. It's All Too Much. Number 1, Joe. Sorry.
Oh,
I
Day
know
Tripper loves that one, huh? Cool.
Yep. Yeah, All Too Much is psychedelic Beatles.
Oh, yeah.
Would it
You
make you
are right,
happier if
Woodland.
I put another psychedelic Beatles higher than It's All Too Much? Is that okay? So there you go.
There you go.
All righty. Let's go to number 3, which I'm going to start.
All right.
Number 3, I put All You Need Is Love. And
Okay.
let me tell you why. I mean, there is the fatigue factor. We talked about the Magical Mystery Tour album. I think I was a little hard on All You Need Is Love. I won't go back into that. If you want to see what I said about All You Need Is Love, you can watch the Magical Mystery Tour FaB
Mm-hmm.
GaB episode. I won't go into that spiel again, but it is a good song. And even though we've had this song before, by the time we get to this movie and this soundtrack album, I will say that it's the message of the movie.
Right.
It's love conquering all, really, and it's
Mm-hmm.
hammered home. Love, the letters love and all this stuff, and it fits the movie very, very well too. It's kind of like the kryptonite in a way for the Blue Meanies.
Right.
In a way,
Exactly. Very cool.
music, and love, right?
Yeah.
And I do think it's All You Need Is Love is a better song than the ones, in my opinion, that I've mentioned so far. of the Beatles. So even though we've had this already, and it's a regurgitation, a revisitation, if you like, and I put it at number 3 on this group of new Beatles, new and old
Right,
soundtrack
exactly. Yep, yep.
Beatles songs. Okay, what do you have for number 3, Matt?
Well, I'm going to get right into it because we're matching again on this one, Joe. All You Need Is Love is my number 3. Not to get too technical here because I don't notice it as much. Maybe others can speak better of this, but my understanding is that this version is slightly different from the Magical Mystery Tour version in that it has the same rhythm track, but a different main track and a different John vocal. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't notice it as much myself. I'm not one of these real audio file
You're
people.
saying this? You're saying this version?
That's my understanding from some of the research I did, is that this version is slightly different than Magical Mystery Tour. That it's got the same rhythm track, but the main track of it and John's vocal is a different vocal.
That's interesting.
Someone correct me if I am wrong on this, but this is something I saw. Well, Woodland, I just saw his said no, it's the same.
Well,
okay,
who knows? I mean, sometimes I hear things too, and I'm like, gee, this sounds a little different.
I might have had a bad resource there. I just wanted to see what anyone else.
You never know, but your ears don't always lie. I mean, I hear things like that. I can't think of an example now when I want to grab one.
If it's fine.
There are times when I say, hey, this sounds a little different. This song.
I just brought it up because myself, I don't notice it. To me, they sound exactly the same, but I just saw that somewhere. But anyway, I agree with you. This is an instant Beatles classic. This is like, and you put it so well, this is the one song of their career that kind of shows you what their overall message as a band was. Love, spreading love, giving love, getting what you give and all that stuff. And you're right. It's the theme of the movie. It's just, if you want something that encapsulates the Beatles, All You Need Is Love is it. And it's a classic. It's a little bit overplayed for me sometimes on the Beatles channel, but I had to give it its due, and I put it at number 3.
Okay, very good. And let us go up a bit here. Here you go. Okay, speaks for itself. All You Need Is Love from Matt. All You Need Is Love, Sarah. Let's see. March of the Meanies sounds like a James Bond soundtrack. Only a Northern Song. All thanks to the Yellow Submarine Songtrack stereo version. Underrated. I love some of the songs, the way they sound on that songtrack in 1999.
Yeah,
it's a real improvement.
So wonderful, the sound of this thing. Oh, I love it.
Okay, we got It's All Too Much at number 2. Okay, number 3, It's All Too Much. I agree with you, Joe. It goes on way too long. It could have been a little shorter in my but whatever.
There's some bootleg versions where supposedly the thing goes on for like 8, 10, 12 minutes or something.
Songtrack is stunning. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So that's leaves us with 2 tracks.
Top 2 to go.
Okay, number 2. I'm going to start with you, Matt.
Okay. Well, I'm wondering now that I'm seeing how the list is playing out a little bit. We matched on so many, but we're off on one so far. I got a feeling the one I'm about to put here and where we started to deviate, I think we flip-flopped because I have It's All Too Much at number 2.
Right.
And you had it down at 4 where I had Only a Northern Song. So I'm going to see what your number 2 is, but I'm wondering about something here. It's All Too Much for me is an absolute wonderful psych rock song. Love it. It's in my opinion, it's a classic from George. I love that line, with your long blonde hair and your eyes.
I like
blue.
that.
And he took that from a song by an old band called the Merseys. Had a song called Sorrow. And George admitted that he took that line from that song, but it's a cool line, and the way George sings it, I've always loved that. I think it fits great in the film, on the album. I love the guitar work on it is phenomenal. The drums on this track are phenomenal. I just love everything about it. I know some people say it goes on a little too long. I say bring it on. I want the 15-minute version if there's one out there. Bring it on. It's always been one of my favorite Beatles rock songs. It rocks. It's great. Psych rock all the way. Number 2, It's All Too Much.
Well, that's probably the one if anything, we agree the most strongly, disagree, I should say, the most strongly on not to a extreme
Hmm.
amount, but it's the one we differ on the most, I think. I will say, like so many other songs here on the, can we promote this enough? Get this, folks. If you don't have this, if you only have the original one,
And
you
get
got
this
to get
version.
this.
Get the yellow vinyl.
Get the yellow vinyl? You mean this one here? Yes, I have it
Ah,
too.
yeah. Awesome.
Mine's in a shrink. Oh, but
Yeah.
I can always take it.
I gotta say, yeah, you got one up on me there, buddy.
No, just
No
playing.
shrink here.
But yeah, so what I was getting at with that is going back to that again is the sound is greatly improved. I think for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it depends. Did the Beatles want it the other way? I mean, George's voice was buried in some of these, and so some of the other tracks too. John's voice on "Hey Bulldog" and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah. So all right, well said.
Yeah.
I have to do my
Number
second song.
two. This is where I think. Is this where we deviate now? I think I
Yeah,
know.
we flip flopped it. I put "Only a Northern Song" at
Okay,
number
that's what I
2
figured. That's what I
from
figured. Okay.
George. It's a new song to us. Even though he wanted it on Pepper, and I think George Martin was the one that nixed it and wanted something else.
Right.
And I have to say, I really like the version, maybe even prefer the version on Anthology 2
Oh, okay.
of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was also improved on the Blue album, the song track "Yellow Submarine." Sounds really good. Yeah, I know what you mean. You made a good point earlier, Matt. You said the lyrics aren't that great. I'll go
Yeah.
along with that.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah, definitely not. But yeah, I do like the psychedelic feeling.
Hmm.
Earlier we had Woodland Goblin saying, "Oh, it's a Beatles psychedelic song." So is this one. So I
Yeah.
got it number 2.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's otherworldly. It's kind of
Yeah. Yeah.
bizarre. I don't know. It just hits me right. I like it. It's a kind of song where in my younger years it never would have made it that high.
Right.
I probably would have had "It's All Too Much" in the earlier days when I was a teenager. I might have had it. "It's All Too Much" last at 6, and probably this one at 5.
Hmm.
But no, a lot's changed, and I really like "Only Northern Song."
Yeah.
So
It's a great track.
there you go, number 2 for me.
All right.
Um,
What is
what
a
if my hair is brown? I like that part. Okay, "It's All Too Much, Too Much." Did we do that already? I don't know. It's great, number 2. Okay. Um, well, it's all too much for me to take. I agree
way
with
too
you.
long? A bit of a
Yeah,
tweak
we
there.
did. We had this one before. I just noticed something here, and I have to bring this up again. I said I wasn't going to go back over something I said on Magical Mystery Tour, but love is important. But trust me, you need love. You need 3 things: health. You need
Hmm.
health, money, and love. All 3.
Yeah.
Because if you watch Magical Mystery Tour, I go the one we did on Magical Mystery Tour, FaB GaB, a couple episodes back. I'll elaborate more. That's just my opinion, because love is very important. Are you kidding?
Absolutely.
But I can tell you, health is important too. So a
I
lot of
agree.
people live in bliss, thank God, most of the time, unaware, take for granted of that. But
As
nothing
you,
else matters.
as you get older, you realize that health is right up there. You
I
got to have that
discovered
health.
that in my early
Ugh.
20s is when I got hit.
Oh yeah, I know. You mentioned that in your
Yeah,
younger
yeah. But
days
no,
you had some. Yeah.
but as you get older too, yeah.
Hmm.
But anyway, I just wanted to give you my opinion is all it is on that.
Very good point to think about.
Um, okay, there you go. CJ agrees with you on
Oh,
"It's All
hey,
Too
CJ.
Much."
Cool, CJ.
They need to release the full length version that goes on
It's on
forever.
forever. One whole
No,
side of
no,
an
no.
album. Let it
Don't
fill up
do
a
it,
side of an album.
please.
15 minutes. We want it. Oh,
There
that's
you
a
go.
good point, Sam. It does sound very modern. Yeah. Love the guitars in it.
Yes, Hey Bulldog was original. Well, the
Yeah.
United States version of the movie. It was in, I believe, the British version of it. In fact, I remember George Harrison talking once about his son Danny when he was small. He discovered "Hey Bulldog," And he said, "Well, how did you know that's an obscure song like that?" And he said, "Because it was in Yellow Submarine." I'm pretty sure of that. It was the British version had it in. Let's see. We can write your comments now if it's wrong. All you need is cash.
Cash. Yeah, you do need money.
Can't live without it. You can't pay the
No,
rent. You
you
can't
can't
pay
pay
the
the
bills.
bills, can't buy the
We
food,
couldn't do this. We couldn't do it. We have no electricity. Come on, guys.
can't buy the gas.
Get real, man. Don't dream on. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. You know, for the longest time with the movie Yellow Submarine, when it would appear on TV, I would just wait for the ending when the Beatles came on in person.
That part was mind blowing when that happened. The
It's like,
first
hey, there
time
they
you saw
are.
that,
You know?
yeah, they're the Beatles. Wasn't there talk several years ago of doing a remake of Yellow Submarine? It kind of fell
Oh
through the
yeah. Oh, I'm
yeah,
glad they didn't.
yeah,
Oh God, I'm glad. But
yeah. There was.
they could have done something with the Beatles, maybe. But I don't know about Yellow Submarine.
But with would you just quickly? Would you with the technology today? How they're able to do like movies like Toy Story and that real high tech computerization? Would you want to see that, Joe, or what do you think?
I would see it. I'd see it because as a fan, I'd want to see it. I'd have to see it. I'd have
Right,
to
right.
review it and talk about it and be aware of it and everything. But I don't know. I think one of the pros about the one that we had in 1969 is that cartooning, the animation.
Right. Yeah.
Although it's funny because it disturbed me when I was younger. You know, it was kind
Well,
of
it was
confusing and
groundbreaking for its time, I guess.
it was
You know.
unusual at the time. I just didn't.
Yeah.
It took a while for me to get into that actually, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much they could improve on it if they
Yeah.
were going to
Yeah.
do that. But I would have liked it because it only would have gotten people more interested, new generations possibly more. Like we said,
Right.
maybe more kids go to the theater. But let's talk about this. CJ says, Only Northern Song was in fake stereo on the original 1969 soundtrack release, first time mixed in true stereo on the
Ah,
1999 song track. There you go. That's why it sounds so good.
that was good to
All right.
know. Mm.
All right, folks. So now we're going to do number one.
Yep.
And it comes as no surprise to
We
me.
we both matched. I think everyone knows we
Yeah,
matched on
we
this
match. And Hey Bulldog. Hey
one.
Bulldog
Hey Bulldog.
is number one, and we match. Again, folks, and we both use the word folks too. That's not
I know we do that a lot.
us copying each other. This version, John's voice, it's and all the other Beatles, and Paul and whatever, up to the front, much clearer, much easier to hear, much improved,
Mm.
100 times improved on this version. And what can I say about it? Again, I go back to I haven't used this term yet in the show. What would a show be without me saying it? Street cred. The
Yeah.
Beatles, they're cool. They do Revolution. They do It's All Too Much. Helter Skelter. They do, and they do Hey Bulldog.
Yeah.
Piercing guitar, stabbing guitars in here, rocking. I love it. This also doesn't really make much sense. The lyrics aren't the greatest, I don't think, in this either.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but you get the passionate, growling John Lennon vocal in it. It's a tough Beatles sound. Yeah, I like the "You Can Talk to Me" part the best, which I
Yeah.
guess is the highlight of the song. It's one of the new songs, one of the 4 new songs. I think it's the best of the new songs,
Mhm.
and for me is number one. And
Yeah.
again, not fatigued or played out for me yet.
No, I can listen to this song all the time. It's and the funny part was I read somewhere that John called it filler. I think that's what his quote was, that it was just a filler song, but I call it, like you, fabulous. I just think it's so powerful. One of their most intense songs. It rocks. Obviously, it's exciting. The guitar work on it is primo. It's just unbelievable. The guitar work on this song, in my opinion, it's got to be one of the best Beatles rock tunes ever that they ever produced. It's just great. I adore it. Fabulous song. My number one. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a John fan. I love John, but he's just out of his mind with a lot of his opinions on some of the
I
songs.
mean, such wonderful work, and he put his work down so much.
Yeah, but and I always say a lot of artists do that.
Yeah,
They do that.
yeah.
They're too close to it. They see it differently. So there you go, number one, which doesn't come as a surprise to me. Because I figured that you might have it number one, but that wasn't 100%.
Yeah, yeah. So the two
Sure.
Psych songs are the only our only deviation in this album. Huh, that's pretty weird. Well, pretty cool actually.
Psych, Fuzz Tone, Freak Out, Monster, Masterpiece. It's all too much. George's second best song. Wow, wow.
Hey, Matthew, I said that. It should fill up a side of an album.
Hey, Bulldog.
Bulldog. Nice.
And the video, the promotional film
yeah.
for it is great. That we were so blessed to get a hold of
We'd
that.
be remiss if we didn't mention that. That's going to be one of the best Beatles videos ever. Is the Hey Bulldog reconstruction.
For years, we wondered what they were singing because it only existed as a Lady Madonna.
Right. Good point.
And they were singing something, and John has the side of the mutton. They call mutton chops. They call it.
Yeah, the mutton chops.
And it's like, what are they singing? What are they singing in this? And you got to see the promotional film video, if you like.
Oh yeah. If you don't have it, folks, get the DVD called Beatles 1 or 1 Plus. And check out the Hey Bulldog. Or you probably get it on YouTube, right? I'm sure it's up there as well.
Probably.
What a great video.
Yes, George made a solo appearance on the Smothers Brothers show. Yep.
Yeah, that's up there. You're right, Matthew. You can see that.
Elvis
Sideburns. Yeah, the king.
And Stephen Schnee makes an appearance here.
Hey, Stephen, you got a hole.
He's got a hole in his pocket.
I got the hole in my pocket.
Yes, indeed. Been too long since I watched Yellow Submarine. I'm gonna have to watch it right after this show. I was actually gonna watch American Graffiti tonight, but I don't.
It's
okay
know. If you have a hole in me pocket, but just don't play any pocket pool.
Just don't have one in me head, whatever you do. Or a hole in your wallet. Yeah. What else can I say here? I'm looking around here.
There you go.
Did I put this up here?
Should have been a single. Really rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point, Jimmy. The reconstruction of it, how they, like Joe said, you saw them doing it in the Lady Madonna video, and you're wondering what it was, and then they took all the footage, pieced it together properly, and it's beautiful.
There you go. All-time favorite Beatles songs. One of them.
I love it too. Dean, number one. Okay.
Sorry if I'm
I love the remix Lionheart too. I'm sure Joe would agree. The remix of Hey Bulldog is just unbelievable, the sound of that.
And yeah, I remember that. I remember recording that when it premiered on TV. Barbara Walters 2020, the Hey Bulldog film. Oh, it's great. And I like at the end, you also see they have the lyrics put on the mic. They put the lyric sheet.
Yeah, with the headphones. They got the headphones on top of the mic.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it, folks, for this show. We thought it would be a little shorter than usual. Even though we had 13 songs.
After the juggernaut of the White Album, I had a feeling we'd get a little reprieve with this one.
Nice to have a little rest. And, again, I have to drive home the reminder that we don't necessarily have a set time, day and time for this show. It's not necessarily going to be every week. It may be. Could be Sundays. We've been doing them Sundays. There could be any other day or night. We'll just have to keep you informed between my channel. I usually do it the day of, though, on my channel. I let you know. But Matt lets you know sometimes in advance.
Yeah, I try to give him a couple of days' notice if I can.
So we'll let you know. The next one is going to be up is going to be Abbey Road. And we have a special guest. It's going to join us. We're going to have a three-way, so to speak, for Abbey Road. We're going to do 3 of us here. And we're also going to have a different guest for Let It Be after that.
Yeah,
so I don't know exactly what it's going to be. We'll let you know. So what can I say? I'm trying to think if I have anything to promote or that I've done lately. Nothing really. Just been working a lot lately. And not really having much spare time, folks. Yeah. So how about yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. A lot of work lately, and then with the good weather coming in that, it's there's all kinds of people trying to make up cookouts and get-togethers with people who want to get together now that things are opening up a little bit up here in New England. Videos, I've done a few lately. I just met up with Alan C. Records down in Jersey.
Oh yeah.
The other day, and that was fun. I threw a couple of quick 2-minute videos up of me and Alan shooting the breeze. We saw a show together down there, the Midnight Callers. That was fun. And No, I'm trying to think what's coming up the pike. I'm still I do part-time stuff with Steve and Schnee. We do the Matt and Steve Matt and Steve Snow. It's Matt and Steve show. That's a sporadic show. Whenever a topic comes up or a special interview with a musical artist or something, we'll get together and pre-tape a show. So I'm still doing that. Check out his channel, Stephen Schnee. Check out my channel. I'd appreciate it, folks. And Joe, just to thank you, I really appreciate you always having me here as your co-host. Co-host. I love
my
FaB,
co-host, not guest host. Co-host.
No, I appreciate it. I love it here. I love talking Beatles, and I love your viewers.
I also I don't want to forget this. I want to promote tomorrow the Talk More Talk show that I'm involved with. It's a solo Beatles video cast where we talk mostly about solo albums on Talk More Talk. Sometimes the Beatles, depending on like when stuff comes out, like when Let It Be is released, we'll definitely cover that on Talk More Talk. But it's a show that's on Facebook and it's live, like this is live right now.
Right.
And you can go over to Facebook. It's 9 p.m. Eastern time, Monday, every other Monday. So the show we're going to be doing tomorrow, some of you will be interested, some of you won't, will be in a series we have that's called Another Listen. That's solo albums that need another listen that maybe don't get such good reputations. This one being Ringo Starr's 1978 album, Bad Boy.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
We're going to be talking about the Bad Boy album. You know, 50% of you now will tune out. The other 50% will tune in. But we'll do that show tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on Facebook on Talk More Talk. And even if you miss it, that's okay because it becomes a video. And we have a
within a day or two, right? By Wednesday, it's usually up.
It depends when Miss Kit O'Toole
Kit takes care of that. Okay,
she's absolute value to us. I mean, she absolutely is on the job all the time.
Yeah,
and not too long after that, it becomes a video on a Talk More Talk channel on YouTube. So you can also subscribe. I hope you will. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there.
You're getting there, yeah.
You know, on Talk More Talk on YouTube. So that's it. Okay, folks. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching live, and tell your friends about FaB, GaB. And I promise, in between all the albums that we rank, when we do solo albums too, we're going to try to put in some shows on other topics.
Absolutely, yeah.
That are not about rankings. All right, folks.
All right.
So thank you, Matt, for joining me.
Oh, thank you, Joe. As always, I appreciate being here.
Oh, wait a minute. Blue meanies have been sighted in the vicinity of my room. There's only one way to go out. Singing.
1,
2, 3, 4.
Dun, dun, dun,